Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Freeland here. I'm back with you for some reading lessons, kindergartners. So, today we're going to really take a big leap and we're going to start reading words on pages. We're not just looking at books and thinking about what we think they say. We're going to really read words on pages and be really strong readers. So, boys and girls, I have a couple books I'm going to share with you, and I'm going to show how when we start to read books and we read real words on pages, we want to make sure that we're thinking about our book and we're thinking about, I think this book is about, or I think this book is going to tell me about this. Boys and girls, because when you get your mind thinking about what the book is going to be about, that helps you be a stronger reader. So the first book I chose today for us to look at is called Looking for Frogs. Boys and girls, have you ever been on a frog hunt? Have you ever looked for frogs? When I was growing up, I always did. I had big boots and a net, and I would go down to our pond and look for frogs. So I'm thinking about all the places that you could look for frogs. Do you know where to look for frogs? I want you to think, boys and girls, do you know where frogs are? I think frogs like water. So they might be in a pond or a lake or a river. I think frogs like to be wet, so maybe they might be in a swamp or the woods. Maybe they might be behind a stone or in the shade. So boys and girls, that's what you do is when you start to read, you first want to think about what your book's going to be about. Now, as we're reading, I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to look at the words while I say them, but I'm still thinking about where I would look for frogs. And I'm wondering if the book is going to tell me about some places where I could look for frogs. Looking for frogs. Have you seen frogs? Oh, boys and girls, look. I think there's a frog on a lily pad. Oh, look, there's a family walking in a woods. I wonder if they're looking for frogs. We can look for frogs in the forest. Do you see how I'm using my finger to point at the words while I'm reading them? But I'm also thinking about what the book is telling me about where to look for frogs. What do you think is going to be on the next page? Oh, did you guess correctly, boys and girls? Did you guess lily pads in a pond? We look in the pond. We may see fish and snails. Boys and girls, do you notice how the pictures match the words? It's talking about other things you see when you look for frogs. We look on top of the green pads. We sit and wait to see the frogs. Sometimes you have to be quiet, right? For the frogs to come out. If frogs see you first, look out. Splash, splash, splash. Right? As soon as they see you coming, they usually jump in the water. So boys and girls, did you see how that book was about looking for frogs? Did some of the pages surprise you? Here's the second book I have that we're going to practice that. This says dogs learn every day. Maybe you have a dog and maybe you've tried to teach your dog tricks, right? That can be tricky. It can be hard. Some dogs are really smart and learn tricks really well. I'm wondering what dogs learn every day. Do you know some things that dogs learn how to do? See, boys and girls, we're thinking about the book is going to be about before we read it. So we're going to say this. I think the book is about all the things that dogs learn, like, now I'm going to think of some things that dogs learn. They learn how to sit. They might learn how to walk on a leash. Maybe they learn some tricks. Daisy dog will do anything for a snack. Here we go. This is called Dogs Learn Every Day. So I'm thinking about the things dogs learn, and I'm using my finger to point at the words. Dogs learn to walk on a leash. Ooh, you're right on that one. Dogs learn to sit and stay. Dogs learn not to chase cars. That's what they learn not to do. Dogs learn not to go in the street. Dogs learn to lick your face. Puppy kisses, right? Everybody loves puppy kisses. Dogs learn at school. There's a dog school. So boys and girls, that's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be reading. You're going to be using your finger. And before you read, looking at the cover, looking at the pictures, you're going to say, I think my book is going to be about, and say what you think your book is going to be about. All right, boys and girls, have fun reading today. I'm so proud of you, and you are going to be a great reader.